Beehive newsletter tutorial. How to use Beehive newsletter. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Today we're having a look at how you can harness the power of a newsletter to reach new audiences and engage with existing audiences. So if you haven't yet signed up, this is what the homepage looks like. All you need is an email address, and what you will be asked is a few short and very quick questions about who you are, what is it that you would like to do with Beehive, and your audience target and the size of your audience. So as you can see right over here, the dashboard offers you some analytics. So basically your active subscribers, average open rate, and the click rate. And as you go down, you can see all the statistics for your page or your account. On the left hand side, you will have a toolbar. The toolbar consists of the name of your account. So by default, they use your first name and they put the word newsletter into it. So you can change that by just tapping on it. Then, of course, as you can see, it says write. And once you tap that drop down menu, you can now write content, tags, automations, and posts, which we will get into later on. And as you go down, you can also tap onto the grow tab, and that opens up a referral program, recommendations, magic, links, and boosts. And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. Then you can also have monetization, ads, subscriptions, partner programs, and boosts, which is a new feature. And right over here, you can now manage your audience, which also we will get into in just a minute. So your subscribers, segmentation, polls, custom fields, your survey forms, and your subscribe forms, you can change and edit all of that right over there. And then all of your analytics over there, and your blogs, your updates, your tutorials, and so forth. And then as you go further down there is a settings tab which you can just tap on, and this is the first thing that I want to actually discuss with you. So the first thing you want to do is go into settings, and as you can see all of your details here, there is an email which the email newsletter will come from. Now, if you have a custom email and you want to keep it with that custom email, all you have to do is tap on change email, and the swap over will happen in just a matter of minutes. Another thing you may want to do is add in your Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube URLs if you have them available. You would also maybe want to include a bio, and you can then also add a profile picture in there. Once we are done with that, it will all be saved automatically, and we are now back onto this page. Now that you have your email set up, we can go down to audience on the left hand side, and once you tap on audience, we can tap on subscribers. Now this is basically the people that your newsletter will be sent to. So of course you can import your subscribers at the top right hand side of the screen. You can just tap on import, or you can tap on import subscribers right over here in the middle of the page. Now once you do that, this is an important feature on Beehive. They don't support any randomized subscribers, so you can't have lists of subscribers of people that maybe didn't really subscribe to your newsletter. So they will need some evidence that your newsletter is going to be sent to people that want to receive your newsletter. So wherever you're importing from, you need to give them the information as to where it's coming from and how you obtained all of those details. So what you can do now is just tap on start importing, and now it will import from wherever you need to import from. So whether it's a different platform, or if it's on your device, maybe in a CSV folder, whatever the case may be, you can import it straight to there. And then you can also raise your import limit. As you can see on the top over here, that it is limited to 100. Of course, they don't expect you to only send a newsletter out to 100 people. So it says you can increase your import limit, and if you have a Stripe identification, then you can just add that in there, and within 48 to 72 hours you can increase that limit to 10,000. So once you've done that, now you have the people that you're actually going to be sending your newsletter to. So we can go back now on the left hand side out of settings, and again you'll find yourself on the dashboard. Now on the left hand side we can tap on the right, and it'll open up posts, content, tags, and automations. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap on posts, and this is the area where we can now start to create a post. So on the right hand side, you can see it says start writing, and then there is also a drop down menu. So you can either create a blank draft straight from scratch. That means you create absolutely everything on your own manually. There is a second way of doing it. You can use a template. So you can create a draft using a custom template which you have created. So right now we're going to just tap on blank draft, and we're going to tap on start writing. Now it basically breaks it down into the actual content, and then it breaks it down to how your email is structured, the website details, SEO optimization, your delivery, and you can define all of these right over here. So right here in your posts page on the left hand side, you'll see it says type or browse options. So once you tap on these dots over here, you can see there are a bunch of things that you can do. So you can group to section. You can also change the visual settings, such as the spacing of your letters and the borders and the buttons. And then you can also change the radius and the thickness, the style and the color of your borders. And then you can change your background color. Perhaps you want to make it blue or red or whatever your brand colors are. You would want to stick to your brand colors. And then you can also change your text color. So we're going to keep it exactly like this. We're going to make it blue, and we're going to make the text color white. And we can just go back there again, and we can change the visibility settings. So right here it says show on website, show in email, show to anonymous viewers on the web, show to free subscribers, show to paid subscribers, and then show to users with certain referral counts. So these are all of the settings that you can define right over here, and it's quite easy. You just toggle the switch on and off. And once you're done with that, you can go back here. You can reset your text formatting. You can duplicate this box that you've created, or you can copy it to your clipboard, or you can just delete it. Now, once you are out of there, you can see over here that you can now type. So you can put in a title for your newsletter, and once you've done that, you can highlight all of the text, and you can now edit the text all the way from making the text bold, italic, underlining it, a line through, highlighting. You can add links to it, and you can also create some code in there. You can also change the formatting, superscript and subscript, and then you can change the heading details. So perhaps you want to make that an H3 or an H6. All the details you can change right over there. So I'm going to make it an H1. Right over here, you can also change it to bullet points, or you can change it to an order list or a number list. And then on the next tab, you can create more code. The alignment is then the next thing you can do, and these are pretty simple in terms of what you're capable of doing. So you can also change the font, and we can go down here and we can change it to whatever it is that we decide is going to be best. Again, it is always best to stick to your branding, and if your branding uses a specific font, then it's best that you use that. You can also change the size of the font. So as you can see here, change that, and then again you can change the text color. Now if you're not happy with the standard colors they give you, there is a color picker right over here, and you can really just play around with that and use whatever color you want. When you're done, you can just go back. And now, once you have done that, this is the title to your newsletter. You can see that there is another block open here. Now you can put in the body to your newsletter. So let us put in body of the newsletter. And again, if you are highlighting this text, you can put it in the center. You can change the size and the weight of it. And then once you have done all of this, you can then move on to the next part of the newsletter. So let's say perhaps you haven't communicated very well, or you are using this newsletter to advertise something different to what you've advertised in the past to the same mailing list that you're using. What I'd like to always put in here is unsubscribe now button straight up in the newsletter, so that if you're appealing to people that want your product or service, then they won't unsubscribe. But you don't want to be an irritation to anybody. So it's best if you are going to give people the option to unsubscribe, make sure that it's visible and it's up in their face, so that if they really want to unsubscribe from the newsletter, they can do so immediately. And then the next part, you can actually just put in whatever you would like to put in there in terms of what services you're offering, or what the newsletter is about, or what you wish to gain out of sending this newsletter out. And once you're done with that, you can go and define all of your details in the emails tab up at the top right hand side, and you can now either create an A/B test, so test multiple subject lines to maximize engagement with your subscribers. You can also copy the title and subtitle over here into your subject line. You can enter in some preview text, which is the text that shows up in your mailbox before you've actually opened the email. And then it says display social share icon, so you can either have it at the top or you can leave it out completely. And then there are some advanced options which you can open up there, and that is just the outline URL, and there are some details. Once you're done with that, you can have a look at the top, and it has a website tab, and here you can define all the content of your website that this is pertaining to. And there is an advanced email capture, so it's either gated or pop-up. And then you can also add a thumbnail. Make sure that you stick to the recommendations in terms of their size, so it's 1200 by 630 pixels. And then you can also display the image at the top of the web version. Once you're done with that, you can tap on SEO settings right at the top of the page on the right hand side, and you can put in a title for your post. And just remember, SEO is very, very, very important when you are dealing with anything that you are posting. So description, title, make sure that you are using the correct keywords, and they give you a little sample over here as to what it looks like. And then you can actually tap on advanced options. There are a few advanced options over there. So you can open a graph like Facebook or LinkedIn. You can also add your Twitter handle there. And once you're done with that, you can tap on the delivery tabs. And right over here, there are segments tab and the platform. So this is basically where your newsletter will be accessed. So it's either email or it's going to be on your website, or you can have it on both. And once you're done with that, on the right hand side, there is a little icon. It looks like a little square with an arrow in it. And it basically gives you an overview of what your newsletter looks like. And you can actually also edit the newsletter in this window right over here once you are done. Once you are complete, then you can tap again on that little icon on the top right hand side. It'll take you right back over here. Once you are happy with your newsletter, you know who it's going to, you know why it's going to them, you've given them all the information that they need. At the bottom of the page, you can either tap on preview, and that'll show you the entire newsletter. You can send a test which will be sent to your email, and you can receive that and see what it looks like. You can then also save this as a template, and if you want to reuse this template again in the future, you can do so, and then you can schedule a time for it to be posted. So right over here, it says you can either publish it now, or you can schedule it for a specific date and time in the future, and you can just enter the date in right over here, and then you can tap on review, and you can see what it looks like. And there you go. Once you're done, you can go onto the left-hand side, you can tap on exit. It'll exit that editor, and it'll take you straight back over here. You can see all your posts over here, and you can also edit them on the top right hand side if you need to edit. And then you are set with your newsletter, and you can actually start getting that newsletter out and interacting. Again, on the dashboard, you will start to see all the statistics pertaining to your newsletter, and as you travel down, you'll see each newsletter individually and the analytics with regards to each one of them individually. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this Beehive tutorial. If you did, don't forget to leave us a like. You can comment down below if you'd like, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content that we create. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.